Apologies. Good morning, Nomalara. Good morning. Okay.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
I'm good. Have you gotten? Are you ready? Are you ready for us this morning?
What, sir?
Are you ready for us
Yes,
this morning? Okay.
Yes, I am.
On my side is Esi-Ìfẹ, Arogundade, and that's Omolara Famuyiwa,
Good morning.
our new co-presenter.
Good morning. Nice meeting you.
Good morning. Well done.
Welcome.
There'll be a slight gap when we are talking, so be ready when I want. If I don't want you to say a particular story, I will just say scratch that or forget about that. Move on to the next one. Okay? So we do it alternately.
Okay, sir.
If I will start, you will support, you will follow. We'll do back and forth like that. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
You're welcome, sir.
It's your responsibility as stipulated and contained in the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection. You don't have to do so. This is a Vintage Talkshow with Femi.
Oh, good morning. This 22nd day of February. So by so, the year is speeding away. When did we last do Happy New Year? And now we're going to the end of February. We are welcome this morning. Good morning, friends and listeners. Welcome to the Vintage Talk Show with Faj and friends. Wherever you are listening to us or watching us, thank you for joining us this morning. Well, I'm your uncle. My name is still Femi Akintunde-Johnson. My friends call me Faj. Well, we are waiting for the big masquerades who are still on the way. It's a pleasure to welcome uh, Dark and Lovely. Very prompt this morning. Very on 2025 like. Good morning this morning, Esi-Ìfẹ, Arogundade.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome to a lovely day. Welcome to a beautiful day. Today, stick with us all through as we have a lot to offer to you.
Yeah, we have a lot to offer to you. And interesting, we are starting with one new face or new voice. Joining us this morning is another dark damsel. We calling through the line. I hope we get to avoid electronic or network hitches and all that. It's a pleasure to have on the Vintage Talk Show this morning, Omolara Famuyiwa. Good morning, Omolara.
Good morning, Mr. Faj. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Esi-Ìfẹ. Welcome to Vintage Talk Show this morning.
Yes, nice way to start it. That's Omolara for you. So we get to hear her voice much more later. Today, God willing, we'll be discussing entertainment, news, headline, reviews, some dash of sports. Interestingly, first time on this show, Niger trends. We'll be talking about trending stories within the Nigerian space in the past 1 week, and we have a point to prove on point blank. Remember, on this station, on this program, we speak truth to power and shine light on dark sports. First, today is a busy day for for commercial breaks, so we're going to take a short break and pay some bills, and then come back and give you the quote for the week.
Join Richard Moore on Security 247 and Family Protection every Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on TopRadio 90.9 FM. Security 247 and Family Protection is a trusted source for staying safe in business, marriage, social security, parenting, and security for family, with round-the-clock information from expert analysts on how to protect yourself in an ever-changing world. Security 247 and family protection. So safety is our priority in moving Lagos forward.
That's I'm listening to the voice of Sean Tazel with the song Shole as he escorts us during this preliminary session. Our quote for the week, it says, no matter how long the night is, the day will break. No matter how long the night, the day will break. It is true. However hard the time is, however harsh it is, however atrocious, wicked, whatever you can name it, the time is, sooner or later, the day will break. It also, tough times don't last forever. Mm, as they say, tough people do. we scored the social media. There are certain fantastic facts that they always tell you. It's and it's always stunning when you hear them. So we did some fact checking on them. So we'll be giving you as we go on um, some facts. Are they true? Are they real or imagined? Good morning, Mr. T.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Okay,
Good
after
morning.
this piece, I'm going to introduce you straight.
Wow. Okay.
Welcome this morning. I hope you are good.
Yes, sir. That's good.
We thank God.
I'm sorry. I'm just cutting in. It's very interesting. So I'll be out, in, and out going to
Now,
start
okay,
this.
no problem.
Mm.
No problem. The first juicy fact you often read says horses and cows sleep while standing. The horses
Mm.
and cows sleep while standing. Well, fact checking proves that it is partially true. Horses and cows can doze off while standing due to a unique locking mechanism in their legs called the stay apparatus. However, they require lying down for deep sleep. So, yes, they can shut their eyes and appear to be snoring. It's just napping. They can sleep on their feet entirely.
But sir, so some human beings also do that. They sleep on
No,
their.
no, we can do that too. Yes, it's true.
They do it. Oh.
I
They
agree.
do
I
it.
agree with you.
They do. Okay, what is solo? Look at him. Things
No,
like that.
I know one or two persons like that too, and I've met in life.
Yeah.
I'm introducing you now,
Yes.
and now he's joined us. Good morning. This morning, uh, my main man. I'm big brother. We call him Tokunbo, or you call him Tokunbo Ojekunle. We call him Mr. T. Good morning, Mr. T.
Good morning, Faz. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Welcome to another vintage show. Right. Last Saturday you said we'll be back. And we're prophets in the nation. Well, here again we are back. So we keep on prophesying positive things in Nigeria. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Uh, we're gonna start shooting on straight with entertainment news. Thank God we have two ladies shooting from both sides of the well, it's not the mouth, both sides of the studio. One here, one there. Okay. If are you ready
Okay.
for us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
South African authorities arrest mother of Miss Universe Nigeria. The South African government has confirmed the arrest of Annabella Rungo, the mother of Miss Universe Nigeria, Chidinma Adetshina, over allegations of fraudulently obtaining a South African identity document. In a statement released last Saturday, the Department of Home Affairs detailed that the arrest was carried out by Home Affairs investigators in collaboration with the South African Police Service. Rungo, a Mozambican national, was apprehended at a residence in Cape Town on Saturday, 15th February. According to Sia Koza, spokesperson for the department, she had been declared persona non grata in September 2024 after officials uncovered irregularities in her residency status. Investigators, with support from SAPS, detained Annabella Rungo at a property in Cape Town. Her South African documentation was revoked in September 2024 after it was determined to have been fraudulently obtained, making her ineligible to remain in the country, the statement reads.
Wow.
Hmm.
These South African people, they have what do you call it, elephant brain. They will not forget the
Oh.
indignity and effrontery of a
Mhm.
Nigerian coming to their space to come and contest the most
Yeah.
beautiful girl. They will never forgive her, you know. And
Forgive her.
to prove her mettle, she came down here and she won, and then she went to Miss Universe and she did very well. But the rump of the whole show is still they are still flogging the mother for
Hmm.
having the effrontery. They want to be a South African when she's a Mozambican. But it's a very interesting combination. Nigerian,
South,
Mozambican, South African, and what other to put in there? Well, we
South
hope.
Africa, they never forgive and they never forget.
Mm,
They never forgive and they never forget. And I wonder why. I'm talking from personal experiences, but they are very wonderful people, wonderful Africans. So we have two in one. Just make sure you have papers that are straight with them. Unfortunately, the lady performed well. She knocked it down.
she did it. She did. She did.
Yeah, she did.
Okay. Omolara, before you take the mic, so I don't forget, uh, you. It's a pleasure to say a shout out to my young friend and good brother who celebrated his 60th birthday yesterday. We call him the
Oh,
man who death, not once. Right. Kayode Ajala, wherever you are listening to us. Eh,
wow.
it is a great way to see the year and to thank God for your life. Let me play you something from whiskey to celebrate your birthday. When you come back to entertainment. By the way, if I ask these Gen Z people, is it billionaire they are that who is Kayode Ajala? We start hearing MM.
Ah, wow. Congratulations, Coyote, wherever you are listening in. And thanks for
Congrats.
the hint. Yeah, you should remember him, right? I'm sure, Esi-Ìfẹ. Can you?
Uh-huh. You need to see her face.
Ah,
Omolara,
oh, come
do you remember Kayode Ajala?
Mm, no, sir.
Ah,
no,
did you hear
no.
that? Now,
Wow.
now, well, he used to be one of the youngest, if not the youngest, editor
Yes,
of General Interest
28.
magazine in the
Yeah,
90s. He was editor of Hints magazine and he was
yeah.
publisher of Hearts magazine. And
Hearts,
those
yeah.
magazines made waves in the 90s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Happy birthday, brother. Mm.
Okay, that's a nice one. Cowdy, wherever you are, keep bubbling. We thank God for your life.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Omolara, over to you.
Mobile Awards 2025, a night of records and firsts. History was made on Tuesday, 18th February at the 2025 Mobile Awards, held inside the Utilita Arena, Newcastle, England. This year's event celebrated the best in Black origin music with groundbreaking wins and first-time achievements. Nigerian's Ira Star stole the spotlight, becoming the first woman in 16 years to win Best African Act. But that wasn't all. She also clinched the Best International Act award, beating global heavyweights like Kendrick Lamar, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Thames, Ashake, Tyler, and Mega Thee Stallion. A monumental ride for Afrobeats.
Wow, that was
Mm.
great.
That
Congrats
was great.
to Africans, congrats to our
Mm-hmm.
stars.
Congrats, congrats. But
Mm-hmm.
come. I'm hearing Kendria, what's her name? Uh, what's he doing inside international artists and African music, whatever? What are Kendrick Lamar? What is it? What's it? I don't know. What is he doing in international something category again? What's he doing there? Eh? These Americans, self, I don't understand the way they do their business. Ah, Kendrick Lamar again. Okay. Well, congratulations to all the nominees and winner. And you see how life is. It's one man's meat is another man's poison. Okay. Grammy says their best is Thames. Mobo say our best is the area star.
Yeah.
You know, they're all in the mix. All good. So far, if it comes to Nigeria, we are good. Yeah. Okay. Esi-Ìfẹ, over to you.
Burna Boy makes history once again. Afrobeat superstar Burna Boy has added another historic milestone to his name, becoming the first ever cover star of Billboard France.
Mm.
The achievement comes as fans eagerly await his forthcoming album, No Sign of Weakness, further cementing his status as a global music powerhouse. In a collaborative future with Billboard France, Billboard, and Burna Boy himself, the platform celebrates his extraordinary journey from crafting hits in his Port Harcourt studio to commanding the world's biggest stages. Hailed as the ambassador of Nigeria's booming music scene, Burna Boy has been instrumental in pushing African music beyond borders, and the records keep rolling in. He's set to become the first non-francophone African artist to headline the legendary Stade de France in 2025, a historic feat that underscores international dominance. With over 7 billion global streams to his name, Burna Boy's influence in the industry remains unmatched.
Wow. 7 billion streams.
Wow.
Mm. That's almost the world's population. Wow. Well, congratulations. Burna Boy. Um, I hope we just concentrate all his energies on creating good music and leave all the other, what do you call it, extracurricular activities. That is not speaking well for him. But musically, he's top notch. Great work.
Yeah.
Great work. Sorry, I said AC. Amola, let's go to Portable. Let's hear from you. What's what's wrong with Portable again?
I'm done with trouble. Now I need money. That was from Portable. Controversial singer Portable is promising a fresh start after being granted bail by an Abeokuta magistrate court. The Zazu crooner was released on a 2 million naira bail after pleading not guilty to charges of conspiracy, assault, unlawful possession of weapons, and unruly conduct. He was accused of attacking officials from the Ogun State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development or Zonal Office. Following his release, Portable took to social media with a message for his fans saying, "If you have God, you have everything. I am done looking for trouble. I need money now. I have 2 million naira bill to pay, so I need more money." A new chapter for Portable, only time will tell.
Only time. Only time. That guy is just a village boy. He's looking for money for bill. Is it when he's
Village
outside
boy.
that village? That's what we're looking
I
for
He needs,
money to go.
he needs money.
To go.
He needs money now.
the
The guy is
drama
just, the
king.
guy is just, the guy is just a clown. He's just a clown. He just, I think he should just leave all these extracurricular things and just focus on music and and have a controlled madness, so to speak. This thing that you do every day, fighting this one controversy or the other and all that, and then you be speaking gibberish and all sorts of stuff. I can't
You
even
know, you
capture.
remember you remember how we captured it in Yoruba land. Tí èèyàn bá
Mm.
ti ń dàgbà, ó máa ń yógun jà ni. It gets to a
Yeah.
point in your lifetime, you say, "Oh, this rascality, I better stop this thing. It's money I need
Mm.
now. I'm not abusing anybody again. I'm not in
I,
anybody's. It just dawns on you, and it makes you a better
yes.
person. It does. It makes you a
Yeah.
better person.
Okay. Let's go to the Timini story.
All right. Timini Egbusin. I wish musicians supported Nollywood like we support them.
Hmm.
Popular Nollywood actor Timini Egbusin has sparked conversation over the level of support between Nigeria's film and music industries. Taking to social media, he voiced his thoughts on what he sees as a disparity in mutual backing. I really wish musicians supported Nollywood the way we support their music, but that's a conversation for another day. He wrote on X on Sunday, 16th February. The Nigerian entertainment space has long been a fusion of film and music, with musicians making Nollywood appearances and actors crossing into the music scene. Many actresses have also featured prominently in music videos as vixens. Despite this energy, Egusi's remarks touch on an ongoing debate. Do musicians offer the same level of support to Nollywood that actors give to Nigerian music? The conversation continues.
Well, I don't know what level that Timini wants the support. I don't know. It's not easy to cross over from acting or performance to singing
Music.
if you don't have the flair. And
Mhm.
beyond the using you as a attraction on videos and collabos of those who are a little bit talented in music, it's difficult to have a synergy, perhaps on a I don't call it on a structural level. Yes, they could work it out. The problem is the musicians don't even have any association. The one they have is moribund, and I don't know how you
Hmm.
want to synergize, strategically beyond the show and all that. But business wise, I think they could work out some things. But you need the unions active and working together, synergizing and all that for more collaborative, beneficial collaborative efforts to show forth. Beyond that, it still be a cry in the wolf.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Omolara, let's go to the Mubad's woman story.
Mohbad's widow speaks on his death and legacy. Wunmi Aloba, widow of late singer Mohbad, has opened up in an emotional conversation with media personality Chud Gideonwo. She described her husband as a responsible man and strongly refuted claims of substance abuse, saying he was devoted to his family and had big dreams for their son Liam, including relocating him from Nigeria for a better future. Still grieving, Wunmi admitted she feels cheated by God over Mohbad's tragic passing at just 27. As investigations continue, she remains committed to seeking justice while keeping his legacy alive.
Well,
Hmm.
if the dead will talk, I'm sure the young man will want to rest.
Yeah.
It's over a year. It's going to 2 years. Uh, they're still back and forth.
2023.
Some of the things I see on the social media from the other side or the husband side, it's
It has been a long, long,
mm,
long battle of
it
issues.
was that it was a saga. It's deplorable. They should just tidy this up and have a closure. And let's move on. Last story will come from Omolara about Funke Akindele. Let's go.
Funke Akindele, I'm a feminist but respect matters in marriage. Award-winning filmmaker Funke Akindele has weighed in on gender roles and marriage, stating that while she's a feminist, she does not support disrespectful behavior in relationships. Addressing the debate sparked by skit maker Kamuse and his wife, Akindele reaffirmed that women are strong and bold, not the weaker sex. She urged men to respect women beyond traditional roles, saying a woman is not just for the kitchen. She also emphasized financial independence, encouraging women to secure their own wealth to support their husbands and protect their economic power. Her message: equality, respect, and financial empowerment go hand in hand. Thank you.
Well, except Mr. T disagrees. I think it's a sound advice coming from
Mhm,
Funke Akindele,
mhm,
who has been in and out of marriage and knows
mhm.
what it means to uh, um, have financial independence, and
Yeah. Yeah.
and so, somebody who's been there, done that, and things have happened to her. It's better you take the advice from her. I
Yeah.
think I think that's a sound piece of advice. Hmm. Okay, ladies, thank you so much. Uh, Esi-Ìfẹ and Molara, thank you so much. We hope we'll be able to hear your voice before the end of the show. So hang around. We've not done yet. We'll take a short break and come back to headline reviews and a spot of point blank. That's something that's been worrying me. What's going on in this country and what our government officials and agencies are planning for us. It's like a Hunger Games. They are planning for us, setting us up for some kind of, I don't know what we did to them. Like a punishing routine. We'll come to that later. Let's take this from Techno. It's a Onye Neku, a remix with featuring Ice Springs.
Sounds good.
You're going for missing.
Meeting.
Okay. Secretary Akusha.
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Yeah, well, lower. Yeah. She's she's too slow. Okay. Can't talk here.
I will need that to pump up a bit.
So what?
I will need Molara to pump up a bit.
Exactly. That's what Eric is just telling me now.
Oh,
I
really?
just
Yeah.
we are still live, so we'll talk to her later.
Later. Oh, kiddo. All right. But she's cool. I just need her to pump up. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, just a
Very
little
long.
bit faster. He's
So, yeah.
talking. It's as if he's talking to our grandchildren.
No, she
Uh,
reminds me of the lecturers in school.
okay. Bosun the law. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Boss man. Boss man, how are you? Carol.
The new face you are seeing is of Molara family. Molara, that's our legal expert.
Good morning,
Bosun
Mr.
Ojekunle.
Good morning, sir.
His voice has not settled down. I'm sure maybe Arsenal is playing today. He's in a frantic mode now. Or is it tomorrow?
They're playing today. Oh my.
Hey. So I'm going to give a point to an issue before we. I hope we'll be able to get the headlines, but I want to do something on point blank about this CBN's new directives. Hopefully next week we'll invite Marcel over to talk more extensively. I'm worried about what's going on with this government, and I'm itching to hear what Bosun will say about it.
The CBN directives for the ATM, I guess. Pledge.
Yes, on ATM and charges and all that thing.
And charges, yeah.
Exactly next week.
I said it long time ago that the president is a country and Americans believe in taxes. So we're not going to see anything less.
Okay, I'm going live. Good day again. To our listeners. This is Point Blank. We haven't done this in a long while. But it's a matter of national interest, national emergency, as the Bible laws in Abuja. This is a matter of national interest that we're bringing to you. Our banks, ATM charges are bleeding or will bleed Nigerians dry. We already panla, as it were. That would I don't know. You know, it's February 22, and today we are tackling the issue of draining Nigerians, especially with bank charges. The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced the new ATM withdrawal policy, effective Saturday next week, March 1. And it's another hit on our wallets. Previously, you could withdraw from another bank's ATM 3 times for free. Oh, not anymore. Now, every withdrawal from a different bank's ATM costs 100 naira per 2,000 naira. And if it is an off-site ATM, like at a mall or a fuel station, and I have a sniggering suspicion they will include POS stands on our streets. You pay up to 500 naira extra. International withdrawals, foreign banks will set that one, no negotiation. The CBN claims this will improve efficiency and encourage more ATMs, but Nigerians are already drowning in bank charges. We have maintenance fees, SMS alerts, transfer fees, card replacement, and so on and so forth. And despite recent 1.35 billion naira in fines against 9 banks, I believe, for having empty ATMs, many machines remain cashless, forcing Nigerians to rely on expensive POS agents. There's a syndicate going on there. A lot of people are complaining. Lagos teacher says this extra charge eats into his salary. A mile 12 shader complains about paying 200 naira weekly just to access our own money. A Unilag students lament that after deduction, he barely has enough to transport. For transport, I beg your pardon. Even businesses suffer. A tricycle operator in Kano says every 10 and 100 naira charge chips away at his fuel budget. Experts argue that while banks need revenue, overburdening the customers isn't the answer. With the cost of living already unbearable, do we need one more deduction? What do you think? Should the CBN reverse the policy? Let's hear from you. The number to call is 0913 697 3485. Once again, the number to call is 397 0913, I beg your pardon, 0913 697 3485. Let's hear your views. Are you okay with this new set of charges? I mean, withdrawing 20,000 from a POS, which is the natural bank that we have now. There are more money with the POS than in the bank.
Yeah.
More money.
Yeah.
That's the sad situation that we are in. There's
Very
more money
true.
in the bank.
Let me react this.
You know? So
You know,
let's hear
Nigeria,
your view.
Nigeria has a way of laughing at ourselves and laughing at situations in order to calm down and not, die from this burden. Something happened like I was talking to a young chap. He asked me for money, like 20K. So he said he wanted to do something with it. It was supposed to be a dash. So I said, I'll transfer the 20K to you. You know, the next thing he said, bros, if we charge it, see.
Excuse me. Sorry.
I charge it. I was just 20K. And he said I should put that to go and withdraw the money. I looked at him like that. Serious.
31,000 now. Now. He wants to withdraw exactly 1,000 and 20,000.
Into 20K. So that's basically what we found ourselves. I had another experience in the course of the week. I had a transaction for a client and we sold a land somewhere outside Lagos. So the money was in region of millions, a couple of millions. So they had to be in the lawyer who facilitated the transaction and for ease of my own funds of commission. So the money was sent to the lawyer's account. A number of millions. So when I got to the bank, transferring my money was a problem. They said the money just came in today. I said,
Okay.
and so money.
They have not finished counting it. They want to count it.
They are still counting.
Took about 3 hours.
Wow.
This money belongs to people before they start harassing lawyer and saying that one doesn't have integrity. They said, okay, that they've not seen this amount of millions in the account before, so they had to confirm from my account officer. I said, me, the account in front of you are saying the account for what? We went back for 4 hours, nothing happened. I had to go and bring some other documents. Luckily, the bank wasn't far from my house. If I tell you my commission on this thing, it was almost gone. By the time they took out charges on that, it was about 50 grand. I said, lawyer.
Wow.
So it's crazy. That's basically what I just want to bring out. That it wasn't something, just simply transfer. We're not taking cash from this account to this account, and it's got almost 50 grand. For this, a different ball game.
It is not right.
It's all right. You're not speaking well.
Mr. T, before you go on, I just want to introduce our next entrant. Is our new voice. one of our new co-commentators is just checked in now. I hope he gets to stay for long. It's good to have you on the talk show this morning. Oluwole Wusu. Oluwole Wusu. They call him Wolex. Here we call him Oluwole Wusu. Good morning, Oluwole. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much, sir. I really need to apologize to you. I sent a message to my Oga, my elder Fudge yesterday. It was actually impromptu. I'm actually still at the movie, the location right now.
Okay.
Don't
worry.
Around, sir.
Don't worry. You are live on the studio. Are you live on air? So the explanation will come later. We will hear that. You know, we will forgive you if you are not able to stay long, and hopefully next week the acting schedule will have passed. I envy you. You're able to cross from broadcasting to Nollywood back to this and that. So it's your time. Enjoy the moment. But as for now, we're crying over these ATM charges and CBN new policies. You know. So please feel free to check out anytime and check in when you are all done. Okay.
Can I say something about the ATM charges?
You heard this my statement on it?
Yes. I think I did.
Okay, go ahead. Quickly make your point.
Yes, I think we live in a country where money is like the fuel that runs everything. Without money, nothing can happen. You can imagine someone falls down. Someone is about to fall, and another person is trying to help the person not to fall, and the person that has helped the person not to fall tells the person, how much are you going to pay for me helping you? So it is that bad. It is that bad. And the banks are the ones fueling the
I've lost his voice.
Network from the location, I guess.
Yes, I guess so. Mr. T?
Yeah,
Oluwole, we can hear you. So we'll cross over to Mr. T. Your comment, please, before we go on.
Thank you, Fudge. Look, many months ago, years ago, we saw these things coming up when the idea of cashless started, cashless society. I remember somebody wrote a piece on that and said very soon. He said he doesn't know how soon. I keep trying to get the author's name. I think it was a Guardian page released. He said very soon you guys will be praying, okay, for the cashless thing to go away, and you go back to your normal cash carrying methods. He said because very soon you only want to breathe into how much do I have, you have to pay. And we have started seeing that a long time. You go through some codes, they tell you all the options are there, but if this option is asking for, you want to check your balance, you are going to pay 6 naira something. Do you understand? Over the money that is not even enough. The money that has been paid to you and the money you are still managing, nicely. But they are taking everything off it. And government doesn't seem to care. I still don't believe that nothing can be done, Fudge. Nobody can convince me about that. Okay, what have we been using the money for? My friend and I were talking and was trying to prove to me that POS are actually the banks. They are representing the banks now. With the POS operator, you can get 200,000 naira. But you can't enter your bank around that area and ask for that amount. You won't get it. In the same vicinity, there's a lot wrong somewhere. It's
Yeah.
so endemic and it's not fair. I look at the people in the marketplaces. I look at, yes, we are all the same. People in the marketplace are making more trades, they're making more money. But how do they keep their money? And they are very finicky about every half percent that goes off the money. Yes, because it's their sweat. And government allows banks to cross their legs and do this. In fact, it's not even banks any longer. Is government now giving banks the authorization to go ahead and do this? Very soon, we have to carry our money back into their homes, and banks will be empty. I want to see the vaults will be full. People have to think. It's not fair. It is simply not fair. Not this time. I think they should have a rethink and do a quick readjustment. It is not right. It is just not right.
Okay.
That's that's my level.
Thank you, Mr. T. Omolara, do you have something to say about that? Or are you a banker or a former banker? So that we know where to put our anger or who to put our anger on.
She's a banker.
The thing is, I see that they want to kill this. I'm not a banker, but I once worked at the bank. I see that this policy is going to kill the POS business owners. It's going to cause. Tell me if I am to withdraw maybe a 10,000 naira already I am going to be charged 100 naira from my bank. Then the POS too would also charge me, which I am sure would not also be 100 naira, it will be more. So with that, I
Will be
would
more.
not have choice than to walk into the bank. And walking into the bank, the long queue,
Long queues.
your time get wasted. And at the end of the day, you might not even get called. You might not get what you want from the bank. So it's going to really bring a strain on individuals. It's going to bring a strain.
Bosun, Mr. P, and Omolara, you know what I found very intriguing? One of their FAQs, on their website was arguing that the reason why they insisted that they said from every 30,000 withdrawal there will be 100 naira or 100 naira or something like that. But now they now said so that people don't start breaking it down into maybe collecting smaller amount like 10,000 or 5,000. They insisted that everything under 20 will also be charged 100 naira. They are making that argument. Then in case you want to play smart, you say you don't want to withdraw 20,000, you will still pay. That is no
Do you know?
escape for you.
Do you know why? Do you know why they're doing this thing? They realize
Yes.
that because we collect money from POS, and there are times when some POS will charge you as much as 500, depending on the location, on
Yes.
20,000. I mean,
Yes.
the average 20,000, you pay the average POS, you pay like 300 extra. So they believe that they've done their survey, and they realize that say if people can pay this much, then we can also charge it. That's the reason. That's the pedestal from which
They don't provide the kind of immediacy that POS will provide. You can just drop somewhere and just pick your POS and then collect the money and go within 5 minutes. You can't do that in
the
banks.
ATMs that have not been working before will now start working.
They're not even working. They're not even. They say I've not seen. In fact,
You know how
I've
much you're
not
going to
seen.
come. Uncle Fudge, 100 naira on a million clients is 100 million naira.
Yes,
Yes, it
it's a
make
lot
that.
of money.
So, and we're still a cash-driven society. So everybody, I have a function later today outside Vegas, and my friends are already like, hope you have. So to share with Danny, I hope you have gotten money to spray. I said, see, it's not looking like a problem. If this is what we want to do, because we just want to go and celebrate with someone, and now you're putting me under pressure. The cost of driving, the cost of fare. Now I have to look for extra funds for what I want to do. I will come. So, but the fact is that these people do not do. They know that if you can pay X amount on POS, you could do the same thing. That's why they're trying their luck. And guess what? It's going to go on challenge, and the thing will still so. The thing will see the light of it. Nothing will happen. We will adjust, and continue our life.
Well, we'll come back to this next week on a fuller level. It's paining and disheartening, painful and disheartening. What the Central Bank of the Nigeria, their financial, the operators of our financial system, they are doing to Nigeria. It's already very, very delicate, painful, and agonizing living as it is in Nigeria. Then to add this, it's a little bit upsetting. But we'll take a short break and come back with a little bit of sports. Interesting. Last, LAX is Morenike. Love to hear that. Who's scratching that phone here now? Is that Mr. Tisco?
Good morning, Mr. Isidora. Good morning,
Hey, hello, brother. Hello, colleague. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. Hi, Amala. Nice meeting you for the first time. I can't see your face because it's so dark where you are, but hi.
Good morning. Thank you.
That scratching, can it be muted? Scratching, can it be muted?
What?
The scratching.
You can't.
But you should be able to mute it from your end.
I can mute you, but you won't get. If you're going on air, it has to go like that, once and all.
She can't hear you now, so maybe she's not even aware.
You hearing me?
Oh, he's
Mr. T, can you hear me? Mr. T, can you hear?
I can hear you. It was all ruffled earlier, so.
Yes, it was scratchy and static and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you see?
now.
Can you see me now? Somehow.
No, okay, yes. I just opened up now.
Okay.
Okay.
Oof, sorry.
You know what's sad is that the other things we're about to read now, they are not any more uplifting than the news that we had before. There's no woohoo, anything happy to talk about.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if you are yapping me or.
No, I'm not Nigeria in general.
Okay.
What a mistake, man. It's crazy. But the wires will be what?
Huh? Oh.
Well, that was Nigeria. Let's do something nice. Today's a sporting day, as Bosun will attest. I don't know if Mr. T has ever played football in his life, but we'll find out. This is sport weeks.
Fabulous headache. What do you mean by I have never been in my life?
I don't know.
I used to play for a team called Mosquito Teams. Mosquito Teams. Mosquito Club or something. From my primary school, from my secondary school days. Bosun laughter can annoy people. The way you are laughing is very funny. but honestly, I still play soccer. I still play.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Just be careful. There's something they call walking soccer, walking football. You just walk, for senior citizens. You just walk around, dribble yourself, Yeah. So that's okay. Somebody who had a heart attack playing walking football. This life is very.
Okay, that's a direct kick. I understand that.
No.
It's a direct.
We're almost in the same boat now. So don't worry, it's okay. Okay, so this compiled by Oluwole Wusu. Let me quickly run through it. Aruna Quadri gears up for African table tennis.
Oh my God.
Nigeria's table tennis superstar, Quadri Aruna. Is he playing? What?
Oh my
Well,
God.
he's ready to crown at the 2025 ITTF African Cup.
Oh,
The action unfolds on the 25th to 27th of February at the
ah,
El Menza Sports Palace in Tunis, where Aruna will battle top contenders for a ticket to the ITTF World Cup in Macau, China. Standing in his way, his longtime Egyptian rival, Omar Assar. Both men have 5 African Cup titles each, but Arnold leads in total final appearances. Can he outshine Assar and secure his 6th title? We'll find out soon. Oh, hey, I didn't know Arnold is still playing though. Guy's been playing from like late 70s or early
Yeah,
80s.
it's been around forever.
What? Man, the kind of longevity they have in table tennis. Just hand and leg moving out in one place. But when they start
Yeah.
stroking, man. When they start stroking, man. I love table tennis until I was beaten silly one day. I think by a girl. I think I stopped taking it very seriously.
oh my
Um,
God.
Our next story says Lookman speaks out, no grudges, just football. Atalanta's Nigerian winger Ademola Lookman has made a heartfelt appeal for calm following speculation about manager Jean Pero Gasparini's possible sack. Lookman insists he holds no grudge against the coach or his teammates, urging for unity instead. In a message to fans, Lookman thanked his supporters, including Nigerian football stars like Victor Osimhen, Didier Drogba, Mikel Obi, and Kanu Nwankwo. His words: I don't want to be the reason anyone loses their job. Atalanta is my club. Whatever happens, it's all in God's hand. That's a class response from the Nigerian star. You know, the old man said, because he lost a penalty kick after coming against. Remind me, which team did they lose to? Is it Feyenoord or PSV?
Feyenoord.
But I think it's Feyenoord. Okay. They lost. He came in, scored in the second half, and then took the penalty, which he claimed that the authentic penalty taker said he should do. You know, and then
Yes.
he flopped. And the man said he hasn't seen a worse penalty taker. And previously, he has scored 4 penalty kicks. You know,
He
you not
scored.
watched him in public. You know, he scored now. He has scored a number of times. You know,
Is he not the one
I
who won them the Europa Cup?
won
Well, it's called.
the Europa Cup. You know, don't mind
The
the
man
old man. He's there.
is just.
Yeah,
It was for a young like that. You don't say things like that. People lose.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
know,
great players. The Maradonas
it's
lost penalties. Nobody came at them. I mean,
even Messi, Ronaldo, the finest
so
of
I
them. It was emotional. It was just pain that he was leaving. He was crashing out of the Champions League. So good for him.
never won
Okay.
anything.
Super Eagles scouting young talents in Europe. These are our new coach, what they call it. The Nigerian football pipeline just keeps growing. New Super Eagles boss Eric Chelle is reportedly keen on securing young players of Nigerian descent for the national team, and is pulling his dragnet large and wide. He's thinking about Arsenal's Ethan Nwaneri, 17 years old.
Hmm?
George Lenny Kena, 18 years old from AS Monaco. Victor Udo, 19-year-old from Southampton. Ahmed Abdullahi, 20-year-old from Sunderland. Kasim Olaigbe, 22-year-old from Rennes in France. Ebenezer Akinsomiro, 20-year-old from Inter Milan. Samuel Edozie, 21 from Anderlecht. And Tino Anjori, okay, I know that one. 23-year-old from Empoli. And this is what we are looking at, how to get them into the into if you are getting somebody from Southampton, you have issues. One area will not be bad. Was very young. They should be looking for under 20. You can play now under 20. But it was very quite skillful, actually. You know, Bosun, is Bosun there? Ah, Bosun is
I'm
gone.
proud
Hey, man.
of
You're
him.
proud of him. I know you'll be proud of him.
You
Okay.
mean you like the guy's new style, Bosun?
He's fantastic. He's the best thing that happened to Premiership this season.
Wow.
That's their prayer because for the sake of Saka that cannot come back in yet. That's their saving grace. All the so-called Jesus in their midst, they have broken their legs. What's the other one called? Martinelli.
And
That
and,
one has gone to hospital again. You know,
and you
all their
know
players, all their front line, they're all in collapsing situation.
As far as
those
others,
injuries look so. No, when you go back, those injuries are sustained look so real and deliberate to me. I don't know how it's wrong for me to say this, yeah, but I've gone back to check. Even the Saka's injury, that major thing. How many months ago? I can't remember. The attack on that was very, very vicious and very, very deliberate. And I'm wondering what I don't get it. Are they
I think
actually out to do that?
boys are fatigued. They've been playing back to back all the while. So wear and tear is also part of it.
Yes,
The
and
vicious
they're playing too many. They're playing too
too
many
many
matches.
competitions.
And,
They don't have
and
time to spend.
children of nowadays, they are eating too much burger and all this. They are not that strong. One of the commentators said,
Told that
hamstring that they will have hamstring, they will just stretch it and say it like cramp, and they will go back and play. They will still play for another 2 months. Now one hamstring is 3 months outside. But it doesn't stop them from going to Monaco Grand Prix to go and watch this thing, to go to Lakers, LA Lakers to
Saka
go and watch and all that.
the break. He was too involved for like 5 years
Yeah,
straight. No break.
yeah, and it's so young. You won't believe he's that young.
Very, very.
Okay, we're moving on. Thank you so much. That's a losing up. Bosun's microphone, Mr. T's. I didn't know Mr. T is into sports like this. That's nice. Okay, we go to Niger trend.
Oh my God.
Stories across Nigeria. But let's listen a bit to Tiwa Savage, Somebody's Son, featuring Brandy.
I was so lost right now.
You don't like it?
I love it, but I can't, I don't understand it.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, ready.
So we'll be skipping some stories. Are they still having the election today in Osho?
Those ones, they'll destroy themselves.
Oh God.
What did you say? Have they cancelled it?
I don't know. The PDP is bent on having it. The APC is bent on them not having it.
Yeah. The killing has started again.
Is that
Why governors are fond of sacking local government? Are you the one that put them there?
No, the amount of money they get from there is serious.
I thought they have cut out that link now.
There's no link that has been cut out. They are still in charge.
Wow.
On paper, yes, but physically. That's why they want their stooges there now. So you want people who can't challenge you, people who can't look in your eyes, or whatever you give them, that's it.
There's confusion in raiding in Oshun. Court OK's election, police withdraw their personnel.
There are some
Hey,
advice that they
allowed.
should.
It's to tell them they're on their own. Hello, She. But we're not there. It's 19 something.
You
Okay.
know,
Election period is death
but
knell.
government, they need to rein him in. This Davido.
Just calm down. You just calm down.
He's gonna ruin his brand with this dabbling into politics that he does.
Yeah, you can hurt yourself. Hurt yourself so badly. Throwing yourself into politics.
It's a family push.
He's the one.
Push.
You think so?
They didn't call him there. He was pushing himself.
They won't push you now.
Mm.
They didn't call
The
him
family
there.
is
What?
that
And he's
music.
very quick to just rant and say things that he will regret.
And
Then he
then
will come
they
back.
will not capitulate and recant and say sorry, you didn't know. You calm down now, you check. You're behaving like a child.
Him threatening me, commissioning the police.
Okay, we're going back on air.
Okay.
Yes, we are back to the big one, the Niger trends. What's happening all over the country? Interesting stories. You know, we're in Nigeria. A story a minute, a scandal a day, 24 hours. Every 24 hours, you see a scandal and one atrocious,
Irreversible scandal.
sexual events and all that. It's a minute by minute. God will bless us. Continue to bless us. Okay. Our presenter for this segment is, of course, he's no longer a new voice, a new face.
I'm a veteran now.
Welcome this morning to
No,
Oluwa Takore. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh gosh.
He's a 3-week-old veteran in this business.
Why do you have to state why do you have to define it like that? You can just
Because everybody's like, okay,
just leave it veteran.
okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't worry.
Can we-
Even if he doesn't believe, we believe. I believe you. I believe you. Don't worry.
Thank you very much.
I
Thank
believe you. Bosun believes you
Hey,
too.
a veteran.
just let me put it out there to in case it's written against me. I also believe.
Thank
I'm the first one to believe in you. You're not going to hold it against me later. Now let's start with the Osun local government crisis.
Okay. Osun local government crisis. AGF warns Adeleke. IGP dismisses allegations. The Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, has warned Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke to hold Saturday's local government elections, citing a Court of Appeal ruling that reinstated previously sacked APC council chairman. He stressed that holding new elections would violate the Constitution, urging the governor to uphold the rule of law and avoid violence. The crisis, which has fueled political tensions between the PDP and APC, recently turned deadly, with 6 lives lost, including an APC chieftain. A civil society group, Osun Democrats for Democracy, has challenged the AGF's stance, arguing he has no authority to stop the elections. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, dismissed accusations of bias and assured residents of security reinforcements. PDP governors have also weighed in, condemning political violence and urging peace. While the APC has withdrawn from the polls, calling on President Tinubu to intervene, the Osun government remains firm. The elections will proceed. The stage is set for a tense showdown in Osun this weekend.
And he has even gotten more tense because now we understand an Osun State Court as an Osun State Court has insisted that the election can go on while the Nigerian police have reportedly withdrawn their personnel or withdrawn their service and urging voters not to go out, not to endanger their lives by getting involved in the election. This is messy. What is going on? What is this
I
paraply all about?
think what has happened here basically is that you know, the government is the one acting funny, and I see them doing money. The apex court is really not try the election. The only start will be those who are left trying to get this thing done. That's the only thing.
As a hallback, I can hear Bosun.
Yeah, yeah, same here. But so check your audio. There's a hold back. Yeah, same here. But so check your audio. There's a hold back. Oh, is a delay.
It's a
Is a
delay, yeah.
delay.
It's
A delay.
everywhere. Okay, and it's even been cut off. So we are wondering what's going on. I remember during the week, Davido was blowing fire and brimstone, this and that about the police commissioner. I mean, that's even from last week. Then he came down
Mm-hmm.
earlier this week to say, he could see that the man was quite industrious and very competent and all that. I mean, taking a U-turn in the earlier um, lambast and all that. And now the government, the AGF is saying a court of superior jurisdiction has said that the sacked legislators, or I mean councillors, have been called back. So let them be. We know
Mm.
there's an extant law, the law order that there should be legal, I mean, autonomy for the local government structure, and the courts supposedly have restated them, but the government insisting that there's no such order and that the who hold already lives have been lost. Next thing you hear now is properties being burned, people killing with well, snatching and all that stuff, and the major opposition party has withdrawn from election. We ask for peace in Oshun. Uh, this is time that we should be working towards peace, how to increase and improve and enlarge our frontiers and our businesses and all that. Not to kill one another, not to destroy property, not to waste life. And we hope.
It seems like when it comes to elections, people forget like the basic tenets of the foundation of a country. When it
Mm,
gets to election time, it seems people
mm,
just forget. Because nothing in what is happening now shows that they have the best interest of anybody at heart.
mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just all around.
Very
It's,
true.
it's sad. It's
Very
sad.
true. And Raj, I need to quickly add here that I wonder why we're all surprised about what's happening in Ocean. We have
Mm,
been here in the 60s and 70s and 80s. Ondo State and co and co. The political turmoil is always broiling. We have a
yeah.
problem. And what's the problem, right? It is not the younger ones anymore. The older men, the fathers and grandfathers who
Mm,
know the beginning of these things and where it's going to end. And they would never stop the flow. They never stop the flow. So for me, yeah, it's going to be the same stretch. We'll continue to fight it out until the elders sit down and say, we want to repattern politics. They have to do something about it. It's not going to be done by the younger ones. Younger fields are younger fields. They can't do anything. It has to be done
mm,
from that. Everywhere we talk about corruption being endemic, it's one basic fact. We don't have enough time to talk about it today.
yeah.
It is one basic fact. Everybody, but why the rush for political office? Why the rush? There's something in it, Yeah, there's something in it. Everybody wants to get rich quick. Okay, is the money locked in politics? They will tell you, sit down there, whether you don't know. You better find your way to become a governor. That's always a census being made. And it's a wrong signal to the younger ones, but the older ones are the ones refereeing the decisions. And it's going to
Mm.
be like that for a long time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So when it happens, I just wonder, why am I surprised now? Shouldn't I be? Where should I?
It's regular by now.
Yeah.
Well, from that painful scenario to another painful,
More painful
to
scenario.
more painful scenarios. What's the next story, Tam Laura?
I'm not even sure this title is appropriate. Docs for regretful IBB. It should be
Hmm.
regrettable IBB. Former military ruler Ibrahim Babangida has expressed regrets over annulling the June 12, 1993 presidential election, acknowledging that MKO Abiola won. In his newly launched autobiography, A Journey in Service, Babangida described the annulment as an, an accident of history and admitted Abiola met all constitutional requirements to be president. His statement has sparked criticism, with groups like Afenifere rejecting it as belated and insufficient. Critics argue the annulment caused irreversible damage, including political unrest, human rights violations, and Abiola's eventual death.
Yeah.
Babangida insisted his actions were in Nigeria's best interest, claiming Abiola would have been eventually eliminated by powerful forces. So why not get ahead of it? The book launch, attended by political figures, including President Bola Tinubu, highlighted Babangida's role in Nigeria's history. However, many remain unconvinced by his remorse, seeing it as too little, too late.
Well, I'm one of them. And it's so heartrending when you watch and see powerful Nigerian so-called leaders. Some of them were part of the crowd that they were chased and pursued by IB, but many of them were admittedly, they even admitted it, lackeys of the regime led by IBB. The man made many revelations, in quotes, things that we already have been in the open space, things that show that he was cowardly. He was not a brave soldier, because he was afraid that they will kill him, they will kill this person, they will kill that. And now he start now putting blame on virtually everybody that is now dead. Abacha did this, I didn't know about it, that one did this, I didn't tell this one will have happened. We're talking about somebody that was supposed to be his close friend, business partner, and what have you. And the man won fair and square, and then 32 years after, you have the guts to come back and say, I'm sorry, Emma Binu, happened this and that, and all that.
Just like that, Fudge. Just like that.
And they are clapping for him.
After lives have been lost.
Wasted, destroyed. Maybe young people that don't read and don't know can be appropriating some praise also, thanking him for clearing the air, whatever their personal private anguish is. This man destroyed this country. He was the one said to have democratized the corruption in Nigeria. He did things that turned us into penury, and there you are, wasted life. I remember that is transition to politics. Many go around. We do this, you cancel it. We start another level, we cancel it.
It kept on canceling. Yes, it kept on putting me away.
Wasted our opportunity, economic opportunity. Wasted our political opportunity. Wasted everything. Like President Tinubu said, he wasted the opportunity to have made a difference in his life. It's the greatest undoing of his life. There's nothing, claiming that he was not involved in Delegiva's death. Who do we have to ask again? No, and nobody mentioned nobody mentioned
nobody exactly fine.
Didn't mention all the people that were wasted because of the man crazy transition nonsense. They should not just get me going. and then they're not doing
And
17 billion to
yeah,
buy this to do. Who wants to go to his presidential library to read anything? You know,
I don't think that
pain, anguish, and disgust. It lowered our esteem as
did.
a nation, as people who are. In fact, just let us leave it.
Fudge is really annoying, and I agree with you. Now, my submission is that kind of bio something they call it should have been posthumous. Should have been released posthumously. He will write it and say when he passes, they should release it.
Releases, yes. You know, because he ought to be in jail now. And many people like that.
This is just
Some
not
of them
right.
in that hall. Do
you know how much we have wasted? Every time he changes the game, he changes the goalpost, we vote money for it. Money is being expended or was expended then. And then the Abiola empire itself crumbled. From the tabloids he had, everything went down.
Destroyed completely.
And many lives are still not together again from that circuit. No, come on now. Come on. Oga, come on, Oga.
Or you don't have the guts to lead. Why don't you just say, Abiola won, and they will go along to you, I want to resign. I want to go away.
I want to resign.
Footing and saying all this stuff and all this like kids, you know, it's not my hand. You know, the man should just. It's because it's elderly. I will have said some nice.
This is an actual
chosen
pain
words
to both of you.
It's terrible. If you know what we suffered between 85 and 93.
It was bad.
No.
It was bad.
We know some of that there was where we have consigned them, but he appeared to be more enigmatic, more charismatic, more pragmatic, and all that. He's all a fool, all empty air. Wasted our lives, right? Wasted our lives. It was cunning and duplicitous. I don't know what more grammar to use for.
And it doesn't seem like it has. Like the circumstances surrounding the apology or the confession is such a problem. It's in the midst of them donating money to him and him celebrating.
And billions, you know, he's celebrating it. And
in the middle of
look, you are very correct about that one, because that money thing, I don't understand it. I had to go and read that thing up again. I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
For what?
Huh?
I know. I'm like, for what? Like.
And you hear some of them. IBB made him. They are paying back. They just rubbing it on our face. Is it Abibi's? Abi made you? Was he using his money or his father's money, or what? The resources where he made you get was his? Oh my! So you see, nepotism was nakedly displayed, you know, and they glorified idiocy, glorified.
You remember also,
you know,
Fad, you also remember at that time we had to watch what we wrote about. You had to watch what you spoke about on radio. You have to watch your tabloids and your magazines. Your gate has to be well manned. Everybody was looking for everybody. There was insecurity everywhere. It's not. No. It should have been a posthumous release for me. It just started the economy. It started the society again. I don't think it's a good effort. So those guys who put the thoughts together, they wrote well.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we call it an autobiography.
Yes.
We did that very well. Okay. And the book is going for, I read it somewhere, 50,000 naira. You know, you dealt with us. You still want to make money out of us. You know, let it be 5 naira. I will not read.
It's not for us that you read the book.
You know.
But is there something? Let me try to balance the conversation. Is there something positive or something to be seen from what has happened? Is there, even if it's not positive, is there some learning from what has happened?
If you mean what has happened, as in of the
from
man,
his life,
IBB.
The life and times of
IBB.
Yes,
he made a lot of people millionaires. Abi?
No, in terms of positives for the country.
There are some.
No. I do understand where Tamilor is coming from. You are very correct.
for historians, there's been a lacuna on that part of his administration, his tenureship. The lacuna was that who will give us this version, really and truly? It was open. We're only guesses and stuff.
Yeah,
So he's coming out to do it. He's okay, but how? What has been revealed that we do not know?
Of course, he's a normal human being, good or bad things. I mean, we are all. I mean, everything is in us. He did some good things and some economic program. They said he did some things and all that, But everything is overshadowed by what he did with June 12th or 12th of June, 1993 election. He set us back 50, 70 years. There's nothing that can redeem or reclaim that lost glory. He set us back so tremendous because we'll have gone so far. Imagine having democracy from the man that won fairly across. He won in the east. He won in the north. The only place he didn't get up to 25% was in Sokoto.
Yes.
It was in Sokoto and maybe one other place. I don't think anyone. Tofa, his opponent, didn't win even in some northern states. And then you fluff all that because some people were planning. They want to. There's some spoiled brats say they will kill him. Didn't they eventually kill him somehow? Please let's leave IBB. It gets me going. When people don't have no sense of shame, no sense of integrity, no sense of they just do things and then we clap. Even we ourselves, we have problems. Clap. Let's go on, Jerry. Another nonsense story.
Let's move on. Kidnap kingpin seeks plea bargain. Convicted billionaire kidnapper Chukudumeme Onwamadike, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrongly, Elias Evans has told the Lagos State High Court that he has reformed, now serving as a teacher in Kirikiri prison after obtaining a teaching diploma in economics. Seeking a plea bargain, Evans offered to forfeit 14 brand new trucks. To compensate his victims. He revealed that he is studying political science at the National Open University of Nigeria on a federal government scholarship and has also trained in welding and metal fabrication. His lawyer, Mr. Etudo MFO, urged the court to consider his transformation. The Lagos State government is reviewing his plea alongside similar applications from his co-defendants. Justice Sharifat Shonaike adjourned the case to April 17, 2025.
Mr. T, before I get your comment on that, I would like to take this commercial break. We'll come back.
Okay.
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, so it's okay. The thing is, Mr. T, even though we're not doing those military times, but we're still in times where you can speak. There's not facade, I've forgotten the name, but there is the assumption, there's the look of it that you can speak. But the view of it's not viewed when it seems like it, but it's not. You can speak, but Nigeria is a lawless place. It's a consequenceless place.
Consequence, yeah, I agree with you. And you know that most of the time, believe me, it's only self-censorship we do most of the time.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Owners of radio stations and TV stations in those days will walk into the middle of radio shows and warn them, openly tell his presenters, you want them to shut us down? You want them to take over this place? Do you understand? Meanwhile, they didn't even go after the man. They didn't even remember he has a radio station somewhere. So people just suddenly had this fright. And it was all because of everything happening around. You defeat yourself, you begin to be very conscious of what you say, where you go, the friends you meet with, because everybody was under surveillance. There was an air of is you're safe. You are not safe. That was the truth, and it actually damaged that thing, damaged professionalism, damaged the culture, killed people's intentions about what they wanted to do. They lost composure. They didn't know what they wanted anymore. And then they ruled over. He should be called the king in military parlance. The fear of him was the beginning of wisdom. So for us, whether through that time, it's not a very good time at all. I don't like giving topic lectures on that scenario. I don't like it. I don't like it. You know how many
Okay,
times
we're
they
going
stopped
back.
me on the road in Aguda. They almost captured me once. No, I
Wow.
don't know.
We'll
I
take the
don't know. I
reminiscences
don't know.
later. Let's move on.
Yes, Faj.
We're back on the Vintage Talk Show, and we are discussing Niger trends. And we just heard from Tamilore, the kidnapped kingpin, who used to ride roughshod over his victims, torment them, harass them, torture them, kill them, do all sorts of things, squeeze them out of millions of dollars, naira.
Mm-hmm.
He now seeking plea bargain. He wants them to sell. He will forfeit 14 brand new trucks to compensate victims, so that they may have life again. Who told him that he has the opportunity to even say he wants to forfeit the trucks? They sound forfeited, as it were. He's not a teacher. I mean, he has graduated. He's studying political science. He's teaching in you see, so he's preparing himself that when he comes out now, he'll now join politics. And
Yes.
Nigeria.
I feel like he has the right CV.
Yeah, and Nigeria he has the right CV now,
As he is now, he has the right CV.
he was a king in something, and then he will come out and then bamboozle us with money and all that stuff. You can only see the 14 trucks. What about the other stuff? When you do how do they say, you do the crime, you do the time.
Every time, yeah.
I remember back in, I can say back in.
Yeah.
I remember back in 2017 when I was in law school.
You can say back in the day.
Back in the
Yeah,
day,
back in the day.
in 2017, in my court externship, I was in court when they brought Evans to Lagos State High Court, one of those days, because he had quite a number of sessions, different courts around the area. And the hall was full because everybody was so interested in the verdict that would come out of it. Because it had affected so many people. I don't think I've seen the court that full. I don't think I've ever seen the court that full, except on that day. And he looked so downcast, but very clean, very, very, it looked very good. But he looked so downcast, so guilt-ridden. It was very quiet all through. But it didn't look like anybody around him was buying it. I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to put that.
We know them when they steal money and do all sorts of things, and they are caught somehow once in a while, in a long while. Then they get to the court. They always have a brace on their neck. They're falling down somewhere. They're on a wheelchair. They are bandaged up. They will collapse in court. They will faint. All kinds of diseases will start affecting them. They have to be flown abroad. It's only when they are facing law or justice, when they are exposed, that sicknesses will come. Grave illnesses will afflict them.
Evans.
I don't want to pray for them.
It's funny how they expect people to have the emotions that they didn't have.
Nobody's interested in any emotional something. Cough what we have stolen. Simple.
Who did he say? Who did he say he wanted to give the forfeited vehicles to? His victims. What?
Compensate the victims, the victim family. So
victims' families,
and share the money to them. That's his own way of recompense.
It must be one in a
So that-
long line, right? Because that 14 trucks is not going to do anything.
I don't know why they even number 7, please. I don't know why they're even doing stuff.
Plea
Oh,
plea
And
bargain.
then I don't know why it's taking so long. It's almost how many years now? It's
Yes,
been
now.
long. What are they waiting for?
Uh-uh.
It's been long. The victims are there. The evidence is clear. The acts was there. They saw all sorts of things there that is culpable, and then he's still in jail. How many years after? Like 5-6 years after?
he had many cases against him, so maybe they've convicted him of
They don't
some.
need to collapse everything and just get him on one.
They bring everything together and then zoom it and then dispatch it in. We don't have time.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. You said one.
7.
You said.
Yeah.
Okay. U.S. ambassador denies U.S. aid program, U.S. aid support for Boko Haram. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Richard Mills Jr., has denied allegations that USAID funded Boko Haram, stating there is no evidence to support the claim. Speaking at the Nigerian Governors Forum meeting, Mills emphasized that the U.S. closely monitors its aid to Nigeria and has strict measures to prevent diversion to terrorist groups. He reaffirmed America's commitment to combating Boko Haram and clarified that U.S. financial aid to Nigeria has not been cut off, but is on a temporary 90-day review for better alignment with U.S. policies.
We will know
Mm.
by the time the Doge people, Elon Musk and co, finish their auditing of that USAID. That's why we know whether indeed the ambassador is talking English or Nigerian English. We will know whether there's been conversion or not. We will know. I don't trust anybody now until they finish their investigation. And that Elon Musk,
Nobody.
he doesn't know. He doesn't fear anybody. You know, there's something I'm only does
Yeah.
for you. It makes you impervious. It makes you untouchable. You know, especially if you are upright or you're on the right side, you can kick any. I can't say it already. Okay,
Don't say it.
let's.
Don't say it. Because we also need to be very careful. He himself is also some circumspect situations. He has to be careful too, because people like that also have shades of spidery things under them that are locked up somewhere. So one day it will blow. And that's the truth. It always happens.
Okay, it is true. Okay, a final story.
Portable?
Yeah, last one.
Okay. Tributes for Chief Edwin Clark. Elder statesman and leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, Chief Edwin Clark, passed away on Tuesday as his Abuja resident. He was 97.
17th of February.
Yes, 17th February. He was 97. Prominent figures and groups, including Afenifere, the NDDC, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, and Mike Igini, have mourned his passing, hailing him as a fearless advocate for justice and unity. At his residence, leaders like Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Governor Bala Mohammed paid their respects. The NDDC's Dr. Samuel Ogbuku urged Nigerians to honor Clark by upholding his vision for the Niger Delta. Prof. Akinyemi and the Ijaw Elders Forum described him as a nationalist and defender of the marginalized, whose legacy will endure.
Indeed.
Yes.
His brother
Yes.
just died about a week earlier at 96, Ifadebanjo. And both of them are like the bulldozer of Nigeria. Those ones that gave IBB and Buhari and all these other military dictators run for their money, for their uniform.
That's great to hear.
Edwin Clark was a great guy, was a great man.
Great man.
We call Ijaw warrior. He was relentless, and he was vocal to the very end, even at 97. Try to live that long and still be active and be imperious.
And still being referenced. Everybody wants to talk with him, to have a chat with him, even at that age.
Yes. He's left a great legacy. That's the people who want to celebrate, not some some evil genius and some
Can we move on, Fudge?
and okay, let's move on, Jackie. Yeah. Well, we thank you so much. Uh, this country, I don't know. I think we're okay. Just Mr. T, when when you look at your country and how it's going, you know, you I know you're not close to Edwin Clark and Adebanjo and all that stuff, but you're like in the second or uh, third, uh, third leg of the battle. what what do you
Fudge. Fudge. Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead. I'll hit it. Go ahead. I know where you're going, but I want you to land there.
what do you what do you hope for this country? If God will say, I will give you one word, anything you say will come true. What will you hope for this country? The way it's going and what we are seeing, considering all we have been discussing since the beginning of this program, in fact, the beginning of last year, what will be your
I
hope
would
for
just,
this country?
sometimes I just wish that we could have some power. And this is not magic or whatever. Some power. Once they you perceive the aroma in the air, your brain resets, Fudge. What I discover is that we have not learned anything in this country. As a nation, history is just going there, taking place. Nobody is taking note of what history has done to the nation. And that is the reason why we have a recurrence of activities. See, yeah, corruption has been with us way, way back. Fudge, we're still at it. Simple question, right? Light still goes off in your house, yes or no?
Yeah.
Abi?
Yes.
In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, light has been going off. So we are actually going back on a recurring decimal. And that's I fear, because it's no longer about leadership, Fudge. It's not about the people. It's about you and I. It's about you and I. And that is the truth. And then we have set money ahead of our time. We have made every political office look attractive. You want senator's job, you must get it. And these are the steps to take to get. And once you get it there, be assured your car will be changed almost every year. You'll have land, access to land properties and all. So people coming after you also will run for that. Very few parents, and I'm not saying it because I have friends who are in this category, including you, have actually taught their children the skills to hold firm and be strong, not thinking there's money to be made in government office. Is what you know that will drive you. And that is the reason why so many of our children are doing well, Fudge. Think about it. Some of the others still believe that the way to go is to become a governor, is to become a senator. When you do all that, go and retire the Senate. And that is very bad. I'm very warped up. I'm very, very structure. It hits me. And I'm asking questions. Isn't anybody listening? Isn't anybody seeing these things? And what we just read about the banjos, really science gives you another signal, Fudge. They are passing away. They are all passing away. What have we taken from them? And they are passing away. And they left words on the marble. We have not used those words, and we're in charge. When do we want to start using those words? All of magic can waste.
You will not be part of the wasted generation. Thank you, Mr. T. And that's very sobering and perceptive. Now, on the other side of it, the younger generation, represented here by Tamilore. All these things you have seen, all the shenanigans of the old and the not so old that you've been hearing, reading, and probably you have come across in your profession and all that. What do you see as hope for Nigeria? Do you think you will ever be proud of your country, of the future?
The delusional thing is that I have an unconditional love and pride for Nigeria.
Hmm.
It's like loving a rotten apple.
Mhm.
It,
Mhm.
it's I don't know what to do. I cannot by myself effect change. And when people do try to effect change, the retribution is swift and is deadly.
Hmm.
So and what is currently happening, it's like a downward slope. So it's all round very, very hopeless. There are
Hmm.
spots of light everywhere, but I always feel like if the light shines too brightly, somebody's going to snuff it out.
Hmm.
As long as you're
Yeah.
inside the country, it'll be snuffed out. But I am a religious, deeply religious person for everything. So it's yeah, you know we also at the end of your rope, you also say, we trust in God. Because you cannot do it. Nobody around you can do anything. It's all like I said, a very costless nation. So
Yeah.
it's to hope. It's just hope. Hope is the very thing that I'm relying on. There's nothing that proves that it can get better. It's just hope. It's just hope.
Oh,
When it appears to be finished, you hang on to hope.
yeah. I want to
But
hope.
that's a very terrible place to
Very
be
bleak.
in a country with such resources, manpower, and promise. That we are in a position where we now look towards hope. Even renewed hope is getting tired. Don't talk of ordinary hope. You know, you know. May God help us. Mr. T,
Mm. This one.
they're about to go. Let me just play one more music
You have made me sad
to
this morning.
to Paronure. It's so bleak. It's so bleak when you look at what usually I use let's rewind or to lift up my spirits when Nigeria tries to drown me,
it's so worrisome. It is bad. It is bad.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's
Well,
people that need to change.
we talk about
It's
this every time. We is a script, is an unscripted script that we act out all the time. It's
absolutely.
unscripted. It's not in our mind. So I wish somebody would and the shocking thing, the new generation, the younger generation, they are very interesting guys that ladies I've met. The way they
Mr.
articulate Nigeria's problems, I say,
I'm going
wow.
back.
Yeah.
I'm going back on air for our buys.
All right then.
Mr. T has been lamenting at the back end, lamenting the course Nigeria has taken and has chosen and has insisted to be on. Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, I just follow Casey. I pull over. Yeah. I just pull over. Yeah, come and kill me.
No,
Yeah,
God.
this is a pullover remix featuring Don Jazzy and Whiskey.
Oh, Punch.
I'm gonna pull up on
Oh boy. Oh, full over Bunny.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tamilore, say your pullover bye.
I don't even know what to say again. It's today, just try and be happy. Try and be happy within the means that you have. So have a lovely, lovely, lovely weekend.
Thank you. Baby, pullover. Life is good. Life goes on.
Yeah. That goes on.
Baby, a pullover.
Is that your pullover? Your pullover was
A
for
pullover. We can't but continue to think about Nigeria. We can't. We cannot. We cannot. That's the country we have. My worry though is those who are running it should be ready to also pull over and let people understand where they are going before it's too late. Okay?
Mhm.
So have a blessed week and look on the brighter side of life. Fudge is a deep thinker, is a deep writer, and he loves fun and entertainment too. So he wants us to be happy from now to next week. So wherever you see fun, praise fun and be happy. Have a pleasant
Thank you.
weekend.
Thank you, Mr. T. It's great having you. Wow. Yeah, so don't pull over Nigeria. Don't pull over aside and enjoy your life. You know, as we often say here, be genuinely nice to people around you every day and do good as best as you can afford it. You know, when they bring this wahala, just pull over and relax, chill. When banks send you charges, pull over and just calm down. When government bring their nonsensical policies, calm down, pull over, and think about your way out. In every situation, find somewhere to pull over and take time. You know, don't take your life. Pull over and enjoy yourself. I'll see you next.
Oh.
Oh God, Niger.
It's just making somebody think every time.
Mr. T, thank you so much. Let me shut
Thank
this.
you, Fudge. Thank you. Great day. Regards to mom, right?